The battle between a snake and a mongoose is one of the most thrilling and intense encounters in the wild. With incredible speed, agility, and fearlessness, the mongoose is one of the few predators capable of taking on venomous snakes. On the other hand, snakes, armed with deadly venom and lightning-fast strikes, are formidable opponents. In this high-stakes fight, the mongoose skillfully dodges lethal attacks with its sharp reflexes and waits for the perfect moment to sink its razor-sharp teeth into its prey. This struggle is not just a display of hunting prowess but a fierce fight for survival between two ruthless predators of nature. Deep in the jungle, a curious little creature approached a black mamba. The snake moved peacefully along its path, with no intention of hunting, but the creature's curiosity drove it closer. It reached the snake's tail and, with childlike boldness, gave it a bite. The mamba quickly turned, its piercing eyes locking onto the tiny creature. Yet, instead of striking, it hesitated for a moment before continuing on its way. The little creature, seemingly thrilled by the snake's reaction, rushed forward once more and bit it again, this time with even more confidence. The snake turned once more, ready to respond, but before it could do anything, the creature darted away and hid behind a bush. The mamba paused briefly, then slithered forward, uninterested. The jungle fell silent again, yet the tiny creature still watched from behind the leaves, perhaps ready for another round of mischief. Here, we see a mongoose boldly attacking a cobra. With agility and precision, it lunges forward, sinking its sharp teeth into the cobra's neck, trying to take it down. The cobra struggles desperately and manages to break free, but the battle is far from over. The mongoose swiftly strikes again, this time with even greater force. It grabs the snake's neck once more, holding it firmly in its jaws. The cobra attempts to defend itself, but the mongoose's speed and dexterity prove to be overwhelming. In the end, the mongoose relentlessly bites and claws at the cobra, delivering deadly blows. Contrary to expectations, the battle heavily favors the mongoose. It corners the snake, leaving it with no escape. After multiple fierce attacks, the cobra finally succumbs, and the fearless mongoose emerges victorious. In the next scene, we see a cobra carefully watching a mongoose circling around it. The resistance to snake venom, making it one of the deadliest threats to snakes in the wild. In an intriguing scene, a curious squirrel, forcing the squirrel to retreat. After a moment, the squirrel decides to leave, but just then, a mongoose enters the scene. Without hesitation, it rushes toward the snake and stands its ground. The mongoose is looking for an opportunity to strike with its sharp teeth, but the snake is prepared to defend itself. Suddenly, the snake lashes out, attempting to deliver a deadly bite, but the mongoose reacts swiftly, dodging the attack just in time. In the final confrontation, the snake manages to land a bite on the mongoose with a quick strike. A moment later, the snake retreats, not wanting to engage further. The mongoose, sensing the danger, also decides to step away from the fight. What could have ended in a fatal hunt instead concludes in a tense but inconclusive battle. In this scene, we see a mongoose approaching a snake that appears to be hiding inside a shelter. With fearless determination, the mongoose lunges at the snake, initiating an intense battle. After a few minutes of struggle, the mongoose gradually pulls the snake out, and the fight moves into the open. The snake writhes and moves rapidly in different directions, trying to escape, but the mongoose relentlessly attacks from multiple angles, aiming to deliver a decisive bite. The snake repeatedly strikes at the mongoose, but the mongoose's lightning-fast reflexes allow it to dodge each attack and counter with precision. Eventually, the battle shifts onto the dusty ground, where the snake, sensing imminent danger, makes a quick escape. The mongoose immediately gives chase, pursuing the snake at full speed. In a final desperate move, the snake dives into a hole to evade capture, with the relentless mongoose following closely behind, disappearing into the darkness where the outcome remains unknown. The battle between a snake and a mongoose always holds an element of unpredictability, though in most cases, the mongoose's speed, agility, and resistance to venom give it the upper hand. However, snakes remain deadly predators, and a single moment of miscalculation can cost the mongoose its life. This fierce encounter is a perfect representation of the survival struggle in nature, where every creature must use its best skills to stay alive. In the end, this intense fight proves one thing: only the strongest and the smartest endure in the wild.